Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to it. We are still working through Liurnia. We just turned in Raya's necklace. So what we're going to do is we're going to head along this path here. And here, there's going to be, might be about here. There's going to be a flame encampment. We're going to follow this road all the way down here. And we're going to pick up our Everjail from there and a legendary incantation. Let's go ahead and head southeast from Patches. Just go to the right across the wall. We're going to go in that cave in a little bit. You know, I had a marker. I don't know why I didn't just follow the marker. And these fire monks, they'll drop their entire set. If you decide that you want to go ahead and farm that. We got Fire Spermy. We got our Fire Monk Handbook, or Prayer Book. Let's go ahead and take that off. And then, like I said, we're just going to run down this road here. Pick up those bolts. Just sort of keep to the left through here. Okay. Oh, I got an incoming phone call here. Just a minute. Okay, so if you didn't notice, there was a bit of a jump. I was interrupted by a phone call, and I died. And so there was this large gap of time in the recording where I was just standing around doing nothing. So we just went ahead and we cut that out. We picked up our runes. And now we're just continuing on. We made it to the Everjail, which is just, you know, from the camp here. You just follow the road and you get to this Everjail. So we're going to go ahead and enter this Everjail. Let's go ahead and pop our flask. See if I have any rune items. I do. Pop a rune item. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and beat this boss down. So with the Bloodhound's Fang at +5, as you can see, he's just going to fall down. If you're a caster, you don't want him to get close. His flail will definitely it'll end your day. And basically same thing with anything that's not with this here. If you're having to deal with him and his flail, you can't block it with a shield, and you're not going to be able to uh, really effectively deal with um, his damage. You're going to want to keep your distance and try to get backstabs. With the Bloodhound's Fang, as you can see, just a few hits and he just fell right over. So, if at all possible, just go that route. But if you have elected to not use the Bloodhound Fang, you know, keep your distance. There's not really much else I can say about the fight. I will be putting up dedicated builds on the channel as I work through the game with them. I'm not gonna just take a character up. Like, I'm not gonna take this guy up to 200 and then just respec him into a different build and just be like, oh, here's the build you want to do if you're Dex. No, I'm gonna play a Dex build and I'm gonna get a feel for the Dex build in combat, doing bosses, doing content, and then once I get through the game, then I'll be like, okay, so here's, you know, your 15-minute, you know, Dex build guide. Here's what you should do in the early game. Here's how here's what you should look like in the mid game. Here's the strengths and weaknesses of the build. You know, here's your end game. You know, what you should look like, you know, before you get into the DLC. And here's what you should be doing in the DLC. Like, once I have the, you know, the build down, that's what we're going to be doing. And I can only work on those when I'm not working on the live stream or these recordings. So from the Folly on the Lake, you can just head south and slightly east to get to this dirt patch here and kill that scarab, and that will get you that Ash of War. And from there you can just head west. So you see all these crosses here. And turn on your lantern. And now we're in the village of the Albinaurics. So here we've got a couple of pieces of loot, and we've got the Dectus lift half, or no, it's the secret medallion. We got half of that we pick up here. We're gonna talk to Nefeli first. Okay. We'll head up the hill. We'll start killing these guys. They individually, they don't do much damage, but you don't want to get surrounded by them. If you get surrounded by them, they do a lot more damage. Grab the summoning pool. Grab our grace. From our grace, we're just going to go across this rope bridge here. Head down into the clearing. At the edge of the rocks. Pick up crystal sword. From there, let's go ahead, head back across the bridge. And go up. And so you got this perfumer guy here. He's a real pain in the ass to fight. But just give him one go of your weapon art when you're like right up on top of him. And that should end his day. He is hyper mobile, and he's not going to let you get or stay within melee range. So the easiest way to deal with him is to get right up on him with Torrent, and then just give him one weapon art with Bloodhound Fang, and that should take him out. After that, come over here. Behind this coffin here is the ivory sickle, and then just hit this jar once. And then we'll go ahead and talk to this guy. Take the secret medallion. Then go across the stone bridge. You need to refresh your flasks. We're going to go ahead and summon up Nefeli here. And we're going to bring out our skeletal ashes. Now, when we get down here, there's going to be 2 dogs to the right and 1 dog to the left. So we're going to want to handle those dogs. Our militia, our skeletal militia, and Nefeli will be able to tank the boss for a bit while we take out these dogs. So we don't have to worry about them. But we don't want to play with the dogs, right? So we want to just get rid of the dogs. All right, now that the dogs are done, now we can go focus on Omen Killer. Just give him a couple of swings, and he's down. Get your Crucible Knot Talisman. And now we're done with the village of the Albinaurics. So from here, we're going to go back to the Scenic Isle. Remember I told you how we were going to go into a cave here over by Patches. We're going to do that now. So go ahead back to the Scenic Isle. Check the time here. Got plenty of time. And we're going to run like we're running back to the Fire Monk camp. But instead of going to the Fire Monk camp, we're going to go into that little cave. Okay. Into this cave. Put on our lantern. So there's this cave is a hole. Unlike some of the other caves that we've done, where it's just kind of like a little bit of a maze or like tunnels, this one's just like goes straight down, basically. So head into the little room here in the back. There's going to be one of the little demi-humans that are going to ambush, and then, also the big one. Your weapon art takes care of the big one. There's a little one that comes out of the bushes. There's another little one. Try to ambush you. So that should be about it. Go and grab your spear talisman from the chest. And then we're going to head back out into the larger room. Still a couple of more of these demi-humans. But they were all there. I'm going to go ahead and jump up these rocks. That should be all of them. There might be one up here. But we want to pick up the beast bones. And now we're going to head back down. So from here, we're going to drop this ledge. We're going to drop this ledge here. Go off to the right. Drop that ledge. Anytime you see cave crystal moss, you want to pick that up. That's a bit difficult to find. These guys here, they shoot out frost, and they will give frostbite build up, and they'll do it real quick. And they do a lot of damage. So try to avoid that. Here, there's a big old group. Grab your rune item. Keep heading down the cave. So right here, we're just going to drop this ledge. Pick up some soft cotton. Then drop this ledge. Grab some smithing stones and a lump of flesh. Then we've got 3 more of the snails. And so after the snails in this room here, we're going to have to fight another Bloodhound Knight. So before we go in there, we're going to buff up with our potion. We're going to summon our ashes. Now our Bloodhound's Fang is better. All right. So now he's down. And we're going to head outside. Let's come back here, grab the grace. Grab our rune arc. Go ahead and talk to this woman here. Show secret medallion. Hear her request. And now she's gonna become an ashen summon for us. Go ahead and rest at disgrace. We want to level up. Okay. Then we want to go back to Round Table Hold. And we're going to get into a fight with Ensha as soon as we teleport in. He is going to just get absolutely obliterated here. Okay. And then we should go back to Round Table Hold like normal. We'll get the Clinging Bone. And then we'll get his armor. Come in here, talk to him about Ensha. About Ensha. About the secret medallion. Go ahead and leave. And then we're going to want to go past the blacksmith. We're going to go downstairs and we're going to go talk to Nefeli. She's going to tell us to leave her alone. From there, we're going to go over here. We're going to talk to Gideon. Nefeli's despair. Go ahead and leave. Now we're going to go back to Nefeli. And we're going to talk to her again. I heard from Gideon. Talk to her again. Talk to her again. All right, now we're done talking to her for now. Come in this room here and we're going to talk to Fia. Get a hug. So did we already talk to her about the Black Knife footprint? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I did a recording. So I think we already talked to her about the Black Knife footprint. That's okay. We can double check that by talking to Rajier. Yeah. Okay. So from here, we're going to go back to Liurnia. Let's see here. Okay, so what do we want to do? Let's do Academy Gate Town, this area here. And then after that, we'll do this area here. And then from there, we'll do up here. We'll do this. And then we'll come up here. We'll do this long area here. And then there's a dungeon here that we'll do. And then we'll come up here. We'll grab a grace here. We'll come over here. We'll get Hoarfrost Stomp. We'll do King's Realm's Ruins. We'll come down here. Do everything up here. Come down here. Do everything. All this down here. And this dungeon here. And after that, we'll do this dungeon here. There's a couple of things in here that we'll do. We'll do this area up here. And then I know I'm missing a couple of things. But we'll remember that we're getting them as we do them. This is just sort of a vague idea of the path that we're going to take. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all then.